Sending data, sending the data. All right, looks like X has been initialized. Holders only area is initialized and YouTube is initialized. Initializing transfer. All right. Let's go ahead and share this with the communities. And I don't know, I'm loving this trading week. It's there's something about the markets this like in this cycle that's I think is really cool about them. I don't know exactly what it is yet. I can't pinpoint it, but something's
I'll
brewing, you know?
tell you about I'll
Yeah,
tell
okay, nice. You can feel it too?
I'll tell you about it. It's
Yeah.
it's something about um when we get on the live, I think I'll leave it that way. When we get on the live.
Okay, yeah. I'll remind you. I'm wearing the infamous tchotchke hat as an ode to the tchotchke team and the quantum revolution. I thought that it would be cool. I like to wear this hat. It inspires me to sit here and build. Okay, let's see here. Put that in here. Almost there, almost there. Let me put my mask on here. It'd be cooler. There we go. Okay, let's see here. Um, boom. Okay, one more share here. And one more share. Mm, 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 mm. I got up at like 3:20 a.m. this morning and I looked at the clock. I had to go to the washroom and I looked at my phone by my bedside and I'm like, oh, so early and then but my brain just like fired up and it was like, hey, you got to get to your computer now. Go code. And I'm like, all right, I'm gonna do it. And I'm like, I'll sleep late. I'll catch up. I'll take a nap on the couch later.
I
But
bet.
yeah,
I bet. I'm similar to you. Because I do the opposite. Instead of coding, mine is just stay at the
yeah,
screen, stay at the chat.
yeah, yeah. It's cool though, because it's like, sometimes I like I have to take advantage of those opportunities because it's like, sometimes if I'll wake up even like at 5 a.m. or 6 a.m. or whatever, and which usually doesn't happen. It's usually around 4. But if I wake up at a time like a weird time and my brain is telling me to go, I'm gonna take advantage of it because sometimes throughout the day, I could sit here and I can feel like I'm doing work, but I'm not actually getting anything done. And it's like it's because my mind's not in that state. So if I recognize my mind's in a state where I'm going to be focused, I'm getting up. I'm taking advantage of it. I'm not gonna be like force myself to go back to sleep. I'm gonna be like, okay, it's go time. Let's go make shit happen, you know?
Yeah, yeah.
But yeah, you know what? Honestly I don't want to delay the session any further. I have nothing to say except for let's fucking go, right?
All right, all right. Give me one second, and then we can start. I'm trying to notify some people over here to
Okay,
join
nice.
the
Yeah,
live.
take your time. I'm just gonna chill here. I'm still reading. Well, this is a part two of me rereading Clear Thinking by Shane Parrish. Amazing book, and it's like maybe that's what like sparked some extra energy into me this morning because I started rereading this yesterday, and the first time I read it, it like gave me a bunch of momentum that I didn't have before. Well,
Okay.
I re-realized momentum. So it's like I'll forget I had the momentum and then I'm like I'll read something and I'll get inspired and then it'll like take me back and I'll remember that momentum I had and the momentum before and before. And I have to and like wake up again. I'm like, okay, like it's I love it.
I think you get excited a lot.
Oh yeah. I also did like 30-kilometer cycle yesterday. So that like the oxygen levels like were brought up, right? Oh, nice. You got new
Okay.
music?
Can you hear it?
I can hear it. It might be a little too loud.
Too loud.
I think so.
Okay. Let me turn it down. Can't even hear it over here.
It's on the browser, I think.
Yeah, the browser is very low. I've turned the browser down. How is it?
It's yeah, that's good. That's good. Yeah, nice.
Okay.
I don't mean to be critical. I love the music. It's
That's
I think with
okay.
noise,
It's something that if it's too loud, they cannot hear me, right?
yeah,
Yeah, so it has to be done. If it's too low, then they will be just thinking, and I don't want that.
right.
I
All
want
right.
them
Yeah,
to
I won't
I want them to focus.
exactly. Yeah, it's that what's that the you were talking about the theta waves or whatever? Something like that.
Yeah, yeah, the brain
That's
waves.
it.
I need
Yeah.
them to drop into alpha brain wave.
Alpha.
Yeah.
Yes. Let's go Alpha team. I'm gonna jump off and listen and do a little bit of work on the side. But
Okay,
yeah, I'll let you take it away, brother.
no problem. Thank you. All right, everybody, welcome back to Tuesday, the 11th of February 2025. It's been 2 months already, or nearly 2 months, since we've been doing these live sessions, and I hope like everybody here so far has learned something and is growing, both on the charts and on their personal level. Um, Yesterday, I had a profound, um, I would say, realization. It's not something new, but it actually dawned on me. It hit me very, very hard that your mind, okay, you're constantly using your mind to create something. I know this for a long time, but it actually hit me very, very hard. Like the brick wall hit you, like, and everything from that moment, everything turned into a dream. Like it was as if I was dreaming. I was confused as to what is happening um, during that moment of realization, because I was thinking about some things and it started making sense to me in a different level. And that's when I realized, wow, okay, so the mind is actually something that you control and you can turn it anywhere you want to turn it to. And it's just creating, it's not doing anything, it's just creating. So you need to be careful what you do with your mind. I know most people don't pay attention to what goes on in their head or in their mind, but you really need to be careful what you process in your mind because you are literally creating constantly, non-stop. Because that's who you are. You are a creator, and you create with your mind. It's like I'm a trader and I trade with trading view. Okay, I'm always using trading view. That's what your mind is for you. It's a medium that you use to create. Okay, and constantly think about what I just said, and something is gonna hit you. Okay. Anyway, let's move on. That's just by the way. So we are looking at the dollar index, and you can see what it's doing so far. It's not going higher. It's still inside that fair value gap on the daily, right? So they still haven't managed to close above it, which is a good thing. Okay, and then today being Tuesday, we've opened and then we took out Monday's high. Now that's a perfect market profile for the week or weekly profile. You want the Monday to open, go up, Tuesday to take out Monday's high into a pre-defined level, and then we want to see a rejection. So all that I was doing was to basically highlight any down candle prior to the move up. That's all I was doing. Okay, because at some point one of them is going to be the breaker when the time is ready for price to go down. And so far, if not because of the CPI coming in tomorrow, then I will boldly say that this is the high of the week. Okay, if not because of the CPI, then I'll say this is the high of the week because we have taken out Monday's high and then we broke structure whilst we are looking for lower prices. That's essentially high of the week, right? But because of CPI, who knows? They can come back one more time, 1, 2, 3, and then we go down. So I'm not fully convinced yet that we are going lower because of the CPI. Right? Again, if not because of the CPI, I'm all for downside on the dollar index, which we could be, okay, because once we've hit this level, especially the daily, we've closed in or we've rebalanced here. So there's no need for price to go high anymore. There's nothing up there based on the daily. If it does go up, then it's just going to do damage, which on the lower time frame, there's a little bit of a gap up here. So it might just do damage. Okay. So just be aware that we are looking for lower prices, but tomorrow is CPI and they can do a little bit of damage before we come back down. All right. Let's go to euro. I'm not fully convinced with euro yet that we're going higher. I don't like the way they moved away from this low. So maybe one more run to attack the equal low. All right. Bear with me. This is something I was looking at yesterday. I have a lot of drawings on my chart. Okay. Okay. So I'm not fully convinced that we will be going up from here because of this equal low. I don't like it. I've said it several times. So a run to take them out before we start pushing higher will be ideal. Or they can leave it like that because if you compare euro and pound, pound has taken out that low. So we have a lower low over here. And you can see where price reversed from, right? These are levels that we identified last week. It's this level and that level. And we said that if price is going to go up, we'll go up from one of these. They did pull back from here and then now dropping down to this. And I think I prefer British pound, to be honest. I like the fact that we had this up candle move down into that area. And now we're getting the rejection. So I am all in for potentially British pound breaking this up candle over here. Right? I don't want to see us coming back down again because we've come very deep into discount relative to that range. Okay, that's 70.5. That's a perfect that's a perfect area for price to reverse from. So I would like to see price go up from where we are now. All right. So between euro and pound, I think I prefer pound. Pound has a better price action than euro. Okay, this one is all over the place. Plus, this failed to make a new high, right? It failed to make a new high. British pound did make a new high. Okay, so in terms of upside continuation, British pound is more prone to go higher than euro. But I can be wrong, and they might probably send euro aggressively up. But in terms of preference, or if I was to choose, I'll go for British pound. Okay, so there you go. But I would prefer us to wait till tomorrow, and then after the CPI, we can look for trade ideas on this pairs. However, this, I think I did place something like this last week, that you can either buy here or here. So if you're the sort of trader that you can hold trade ideas like this, then that's fine. You can do that because it's basically a pullback to 618 to 79 retracement level, and then we expect price to go up. So these two areas are all candidate for continuation to the upside if you want to hold trades. But if you don't want to, then you have to wait for a proper confirmation, which personally I like that one. I want to see a confirmation and then I'll take a trade. I don't have to be in here. I know being here looks cool, but it's not always going to be the best idea because of past experience. It's not always the best idea to be the first person in. Whoever buys it first, great, let them buy it. If it's gonna go up here, once we get the confirmation, there will still be room to get up there, and you can get trade ideas to get up there. You don't have to necessarily be in down here and then up there to be profitable. If we break and we start going up, you can still make trade ideas that will give you some profit. Okay. Aussie, I think yesterday I spoke about this area being down, gap down, rejection, and that should act as support and then take us higher. So I like the fact that it's holding. I want that to hold and then send us up. If we go below that, then we will be looking maybe a little bit lower, somewhere down here. As a retracement. That's if we go below the gap, then price will be coming somewhere down here. Essentially, this low to this high. That'll be 50%, that'll be OTE. So somewhere down here. Right, so we don't want them to lose the gap, because if we do lose it, then there's a high probability they will be coming a little bit lower. And then, that's not a good thing, because we want them to reverse from here. This is a low, this is a low, this is a high, that's a low. So we need a high high. If they break down, it can go all the way down here, but I don't think that would be the case, because they've just taken out a previous month low. So it might come here and then engineer an equal low and then go up, and then in future come back and attack the low. Hence, we want this gap to stay open for now and then send us to that high. I think New Zealand is the same. New Zealand actually has gone below it. So not the best in terms of looking for trade ideas on this for this week so far, because it looks like price might come a little bit lower, because we are below the gap, and then we are below this down candle. So we might struggle to go higher. With this in mind, I think the Euro New Zealand and then Pound New Zealand might retrace. So be aware of that, especially Pound New Zealand. It might retrace. Let's go to the weekly. It might be retracing up somewhere in here. somewhere in here, somewhere in here, or even I think it's probable to get today's up candle. And in future, I'll talk about counter trend trades, how you can take counter trend trades. Essentially, after this candle closed, price was going to come here. Okay. So you can look for day trades to trade up there on pound New Zealand, similar to Euro New Zealand. You can trade up here, but between both of them, I prefer pound New Zealand. And the reason is Euro pound has given up, right? It's coming back down. So pound will be the strongest pair. So for today, if you want to day trade, I think this equal high, and then this up candle's low can be a target for you. 2.199, or you can say 2.2 full figure as an upside objective. Okay. Yeah, so instead of focusing on New Zealand dollar, focus on Euro New Zealand, pound New Zealand. All right. New Zealand card is yet to give the confirmation that we're looking for, so leave it alone. Once we get the confirmation, we'll come back to it again. So yeah, that's that for these crosses. Euro Aussie, I think I gave a trade idea in the community today. I think we are not going to go here yet. It looks like, and I think I spoke about it yesterday, we don't want Monday to drop. Okay, we want Monday to go up, Tuesday to go up, and then we start coming back down. So the fact that we've dropped on Monday makes it difficult for us to look for continuation to the downside today. That's why you're seeing that rejection. So with this rejection, we can potentially be coming up. If we form something like this, okay, this up candle with a down movement, if we form that prior to getting here, so let's say if we form that over here, because that's a gap that's still open, if we form that over there, then we can use that as an entry, okay, because it might not come up to this area. All probably it needs is to trade above Monday's high, which comes in at it comes in at 1.64990, okay, which is somewhere here. That's all price might need to form the high of the week, and then we resume going down. And you can also see that it's potentially printing redistribution candles. Now, redistribution candles can be 1, 2, or 3. Okay, so this being the first one, they might print another second one, and then either we start going lower, or they might print a third one, then we go lower. So this being the first one, maybe tomorrow might be second, taking out this high, and then Thursday you start coming back down again, right? So sit patiently, don't chase it. That's what I said yesterday, don't chase this, because we have a down candle here and price might reject. Okay. Moving on, gold. So we had yesterday close aggressively above Friday's high and previous week high. We are above this down candle, so I think we are still bullish. This is a pullback, so we have a range from the down candle. Yeah, that's a range, right? So I like this area here. That's 618, that's 70.5. There's a gap right in here. I like that area. All right, let's see if price can get there. If we get there, I'll wait on the 1 hour time frame for a buy signal, and then I'll look for a buy to go up again. Remember, I was saying something about this candle here. I'm so impatient. Not that I'm impatient. I am patient. I am very, very patient. I have the patience in the world. But what I'm trying to say is, I'm trying to hold off from talking about it. Right? I'm trying to hold off from talking about it because I want to talk about it when we lock everything down. So when we lock everything down to members only, then I'll talk about it. But here, that's where I want to see price trade to, and then I'll look for a buy signal to form over here on the 1 hour time frame or on the H4. If you can get something like this, then I'll be interested in buying to go back up again. All right, so that's good for you. Um, let's look at crude oil. So crude oil, yesterday we spoke about this being a breaker and then price going up here, and then if possible for this week, even go and break this high. Right now, we are printing candles that, in my opinion, it's likely we can do that. The only problem is where we are now. So in the community, I did give this trade idea to take partial profit up here, and I think I've just before this session I updated that you can take something off here and then leave the rest for that level. Okay, so let's see if we can get through this army of commanders that might beat us up to submission. I don't think they will, but we need to respect them. Okay, so we are trying to see if we can go through this up candle today. If we do, then we should see, which is what I'm expecting. I'm actually expecting them to go through it. But again, I don't control price, so we respect levels. So take partial, leave the rest. Let's see if they can go through it. If they do, at some point they'll print a down candle, and then we can get another entry to go and take out this side. Or even if they can close above this gap, then we can anticipate a pullback to it. And I'll show you when you go onto the cryptos, because we had AI16 do something like that. If they can close above it, then we can use that same area as a support and then a launch pad to shoot us up to go and attack this high. Okay, so crude oil, let's go. I think on the daily we've spoke about why this is happening, where it's happening. That's OTE. You don't need price to go any lower than that. We had our up candle, we had the 2 down candles, we are rejecting with the fair value gap. Perfect. Okay, the only problem we have is that one. So even if today can stay like this, I'm all in for the continuation to go up here. Ultimately, this will be the nice level that we will continue trading to, and we resume our uptrend back up to the high. Okay, so if you have been around, buying down here, as I kept insisting, was the best idea. And then you wait, you sit on your hands and wait. Or the other alternative is to wait for the confirmation, as we got yesterday above that H4 last up candle, buying here with your stop loss there, and then expecting a continuation to the upside. I actually put exactly there. So let's see. Yes, I think yes, I said something about this up candle being a problem. It's similar to what we are facing right now, even though we don't have a rejection on that yet. This is a problem. This up candle, it's a nice bearish order block. There was a big move away from there, so someone somewhere around the world had a lot of money and decided to push price down. I'm still for up here, because of the range. Now, we can be in a complex pullback situation, and if that's the case, then we have to kind of deal with what price is going to do. But I hope not. I hope not. I think the CPI tomorrow is going to shake price, which I'm expecting dollar to drop. So I think they might use the CPI to take it up here. If we don't use CPI to push price up, then we will stay in a consolidation. Okay, so remember that if we don't use CPI, tomorrow's news event at 1:30 GMT, if we don't use that to take price up, then we are in a complex pullback situation. They might come all the way back down, take out this low, and then still be valid to go up here. All right. So there's nothing to be done today. I don't think you should be trading ES today. Personally, that's a personal opinion. Leave it alone, and then we will see what they're going to do tomorrow. Okay. If you want to scalp, by all means, drop down to the lower time frame and scalp. That's fine. But looking for price to go up there or price to come down here, I don't think that will be the case. They will keep price in their consolidation ahead of tomorrow's news. Okay. Now let's move over to the crypto market and then see what the AI 16 has done so far. So I think this is not news. We've been anticipating that to happen, and finally it has happened. Now this is the gap that I was talking about. This one right here. When I was discussing crude oil, that if we go above it, then that will act as a launch pad and it will scream us higher. Over here. So if we can go above this, it can act as a launch pad and then it will shoot us up through this area. Okay. And that's what we had over here. Now, if you did not buy below this low here, remember I was saying we want them to reject. Actually, it was not that one. It's this one here. Okay. If you did not buy below this low, you are too late. Not too late because it's still a little bit cheap, but buying where we are now versus buying where we were a week ago, huge difference. And I'm just gonna spare my I'm gonna spare my breath from talking about it. If you didn't buy, you're too late anyway. So we'll be expecting them to be, continue going higher from here. Just watch this area at the one, is it $1? Yeah, $1 area. I think that's where we might be reaching for. Let me come over here. That's a trade idea in our community, in our portal. If you want to take advantage of it as we are here, more than welcome. So right now we need a close above this, right? We've come back to the monthly opening. How beautiful is it? So the month opens, it drops, and it's rallying. Monthly open, it drops, and it's rallying. Weekly opens, it drops, and then it will rally. Daily opens, it drops, and then it will rally. Quarterly open, it drops, and then it will rally. So you can say 2025 started here. Here. So the first quarter Okay, that's 2025. The first quarter drops and then it's rallying. That's how huge. I don't know. I've been screaming about it for a long time. And I said I was gonna hold my breath. Can't stop. The first quarter opens, it drops, and then the month open, it drops and it's rejected. So according to the power three, if you're expecting higher prices, which based on this, we closed higher between October, November, December. So the second one or the next candle should do the same thing. The only problem is it's gonna open, it's gonna drop, and it's gonna rally. It's gonna drop to a level and it's gonna rally. So we are just dropping down to buy more and then we go higher. That's what was happening on the high time frame. That's why I believed that all this was a pullback. So we just find a key level for them to give us a reversal sign. And they started off from, I think, here, and that failed. And then the next one was here, right? Because this did not give us any buy signal. This did not give us any buy signal. This one did. Now we are up here. So all those that were able to buy, congratulations. We'll be expecting higher prices. I would really want to see today close above this gap here, which comes in at um uh, not that one, 0.58. Oh, let me see. Sorry, 0.59. Right, I want to see price close above 0.59 today. This app candle needs to close above it today. If we can close above it today, then we are good to go. If we don't close above it, not that it's not good, but it will mean maybe they might give a bit of a pullback because it's a gap, it's reacting. However, I really want to see them close above it today. It's not a bad thing if it doesn't, it just makes it more easier for the continuation to the upside. From the weekly perspective, you can see we've formed a turnaround. Now, when I was learning, right, this is what I used to do. I reverse engineer, and if you understand a little bit of coding, you know what reverse engineer is. You basically strip the code and then you look at it from the top. Oh, sorry, from the bottom to the app, not from the app to the bottom. Because if you look at it from the bottom to the app, you will see how the progression was done, right? From this code to that code to that code. So every code is doing something. So if you take out the last one, something will happen to the main thing. If you take out the next line, something will happen to the main thing. So you can know what line did what. If you start from the top, everything is going to disappear. Okay. So imagine that you have a line, we have this box as a program, right? How this box was built was a line of code from top to the bottom. When the last one was done, everything was basically created. So if you take out this line, something happens to this. If you take out that line, something happens to this. If you take out, that's reverse engineering. You're going back. Okay. I know it's not the best analogy, but I'm trying to paint a picture in your head. So when I was learning, that's what I did. I reverse engineer price action. So when you print an up candle with the move down like this, I reverse engineer it. How did it happen? So I go to this up candle and study how this candle formed. And then I studied how this candle formed. Okay. Because if they will create another one, then the signals will be there. The same thing. So if you remember, I said I like when we print down candles like this. okay, when we print down candles like this. Why? Because when we print a down candles like this, then there's a high probability the next candle is going to be an up candle. So then if that's the case, then you can drop down to the lower time frame and then see how this candle was formed. That's the reverse engineering that I was talking about. You can drop down to the lower time frame and then find out how this candle was formed. So if I drop down, that's how it looks like. Okay. So if you understand price, then when you see a pattern like this forming on a lower time frame, it could be any time frame. If you see a pattern like this forming on the lower time frame, then it means the next candle, this will be on the higher time frame. Okay. It means that the next candle is likely going to be an up candle. It's not going to be a down candle. So this being a higher time frame, the next candle going to be an up candle means this time frame is now going to shoot up. It's going to print up candles, and that's what you're seeing today. Um, oops, yeah, that's what you're seeing today. So that's why I was able to tell you that we are likely to go and break out this high. Okay, that's enough teaching for the day. So yeah, we'll be expecting a continuation to the upside. Solana, not so great yesterday. I wanted to see them close above um, yesterday's high, but it's not doing it. But it's similar to what I was describing, right? This candle rejecting that previous week low. So once you understand what happened last week, that's why I was calling for us to reject this previous week low. That's the high time frame. That's the big picture. On the smaller picture, it gives you an idea where price is going to go, which is this high here, right? So whatever happens, like I said, as long as you're above this down candle, I'll be expecting price to reach for this high. Okay, so I'll be expecting price to go for this high. All right. Um, the same thing for Bitcoin. It's still kind of stuck in a little bit of a sideways, but again, as long as this higher time frame has done what it's done, we are expecting that. So on the daily, we did manage to close above this wick, this doji candle. So I'm expecting price to basically go up and pay attention to what is happening now. I think it's fake. It's not a sell. So watch over here. Or even these lows. So we have this up, right? And then we have this down. We have this down. So that's two. They can print one more and then start going up. Or the very next one will start going up. Just watch it. If they are going to buy, they've started it. Okay. If it's going to go up, they've started the buy with this up candle. So it's either we will probably take out this low, take out this low, and then we start rejecting, or they can continue coming to this gap, and then the rejection will start. So you can start actually looking on the 5 minute chart or the 15 minutes chart for that same pattern that is happening right now to anticipate the reversal to come for this high, right? I think it might happen below this low. So once we are below this low, if you are adventurous like someone that I know, then you can drop down to the 1 minute chart and then start looking for the same thing. Okay. I'm gonna jump to hype. You know why? So hype, nothing has really changed. We are still in the middle quadrant. So again, stay away from it from whilst we are here. It's either up there or down here. You don't have anything to do with what price is doing right now. And then XRP. Let's go to the daily. We couldn't close above this high, but based on the weekly, we need this week, okay, to go and close above this high, which is going to be a little bit difficult. Why? Because we did not close, we did not reject the previous week low. However, based on what I mentioned on the monthly and the quarterly, I think we'll be going back up again. So um, it's similar to what I just talked about on AI 16. This is the first quarter opening price. That's the 3 months candle opening price. We went up and we came down whilst we are bullish, and it dropped into a gap. The day, this is going to be a bold statement, the day you understand the nature of what I mean by fractals, your trading is going to change forever. Okay? The day you understand the actual nature of fractals, what it means, and how it affects price action, your trading is going to change. And I'll leave it there as a statement. This gap here, okay, is nothing but a gap within, it's nothing but a gap within this 3 months candle. So price sitting here is not random. Where price went is not random. Even though it might look random, but it's not. It's just forming the low of a 3 months candle, which is the same thing that a monthly will do. It's the same thing that a weekly will do. It's the same thing that a daily will do. It's the same thing that a H4 will do. It's the same thing that a H1 will do. The only problem is understanding sequencing. That's the only problem. Okay, once you understand sequencing, then these two, which we will talk so much in depth when we shift to the portal. When you understand sequencing and then fractals, that's it. That's game over. It's gonna give you all the trade ideas that you need, and then you're gonna have all the patience in the world. Because again, when price is playing at a fractal, then you should be patient, especially when he's doing it on a higher time frame, when he's doing a fractal, when he's printing a fractal on a higher time frame, the big picture, you need to be patient, because it's going to do something that ultimately, if you are patient enough, is going to reward you. Again, I'll leave it as that. I think I'm talking cryptic here, but anyway. So the reason why I think we'll be going up is because all price did was just form the low of this 3 months candle. That's it. And it's rejecting. So we might be accumulating on the monthly, as I've kept saying, and then next month we go up. So there's a high probability that this month might stay as it is, which is why the lower time frame is doing what it's doing. So we might stay in a consolidation a little bit on this one, which is a form of accumulation, and then we start going back up again. Okay, so the upside is still there. Just be patient, because it's doing something on the 3 months time frame. It's doing something on the monthly time frame that is going to require price to stay in a bit of consolidation. And then after this month ends, then we will start looking for big candles like we did over here. All right. I said a lot of stuff over there. Let's look at the tool.
The tool. Let's go.
Let's go.
So many
Okay.
things happening. I just wanted to say, like, the agency, the C framework, it's fantastic. I'm like stoked as fuck about that. Just putting that out there. They also just did a website update, which is really nice. I'm loving it.
Okay, okay. I think
Sorry,
again,
I get excited.
I know you are the most exciting person I know in the world.
Thanks.
Always excited. All right. It's similar to AI 16. Okay. Where we are now, it can never get too cheap as where we are, right? Don't wait for that to happen before you think of buying or before you decide to buy. Where we are now, a friend of mine, a very good friend of mine, sent me a video about a guy back in, I think most of you will know him. If you're a crypto guy, you know him. I don't recall his name, but 10 years ago in 2010, he gave an advice on YouTube to buy Bitcoin with just $1. You know who I'm talking about? Ego.
Was that me? Sorry, I don't know. I remember making those calls.
Sorry?
I thought you were talking about me.
Yeah, yeah. No, there was a guy. I'm asking if you know about the story of
Yeah,
the
yeah. I know the guy. He recently resurfaced, right?
yeah,
He's got that video, and then he made a new video. Yeah.
yeah. So 10 years ago, this guy was advising people just buy Bitcoin with $1. If it goes to zero, so be it. But if it doesn't, as he was saying, because he was so sure of what, I don't know whether he was a time traveler, whether I don't know, but this guy knew something. The guy knew something that the average person didn't know. And now I don't know, he's all the way, right? The same thing I'm saying right now. And I kept saying that with AI. Just hold it. Because it can't get cheaper than this. Okay, so just buy it and hold it. If you're gonna buy, just I think
Hey
back
man,
then $1 was a was something. Now $1 is nothing. So let's move it a little bit up. $100. Just hold that, and then 10 years time, you come and thank me, right? Okay, I've said it. Okay, I think I'm done.
nice. Love that. Oh wait, you're done?
Yeah, I'm done, done. Yeah,
Oh, okay,
because
okay, okay.
I
I was
can't,
like,
I can't stress it enough.
oh,
Because it's too cheap.
yo,
Where we are now, there's no low going lower. It's actually
can,
gonna accumulate. It's gonna
can we
uh, buyers are
can we
gonna
do one
step
more?
in.
Can we do one more, please? On the
What one?
so back on CoinGecko. So the hat I'm wearing, Chachki.
Who?
I'll spell it out for you. If you go back to the Tetsuo chart for a second,
Okay.
and then so in the search, top left, yeah, type in TSO.
TSO.
Here it's on my hat. TSOTC. Yeah, there it is. Chachki. Nice. Yeah, this
This
one's
one?
fire. Yeah. I just to get your I mean you could do a trading analysis or whatever you want to do, but like just from my perspective, this is another banger, you know?
Okay. Hang on. Let me add it to my watch list.
Nice.
All right. Let's go. Right. Go to the daily, weekly. monthly. It's a new one, so let me take my time and look at the high time
Of
frame
course, of course.
and read it. Okay. 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 So I think we are again at an extreme price level that buyers can step in at any time. The only problem I have is this app candle. So when I'm looking at the buy, when I'm anticipating buyers to come in, the pattern needs to be there. That's me. Either on this time frame or on a lower time frame, it doesn't matter, but it needs to be there. Right now on the daily, I don't see it. I don't see the buyers in yet. Let me check on the H4. On the H4, same thing. I don't see the buyers in yet. So I would be patient and at least wait. There is a sign over here with this app candle, right? There is a sign that someone did, but the app candle is not big enough. I don't like small app candles. It needs to manipulate a little bit. This one looks ideal, like this one, but it's again that's too far away. So I would like to see something like this. So this. So I'm teaching you something over here. You have this app candle, nice big, not like the one that I was showing you earlier. And then you had this down dropping. And then what follows that? That big move. Okay. That's the buy. Here, you don't have that. So I'll be patient and maybe day trade and scout on the lower time frame. So maybe today I will look for price to come and attack this low. So moving from this up candle and then we come down, and that might be a sign on the H4. Probably I want to see aggressive drop and then rejection. That might be a sign that we're coming back up, but it will not be a complete reversal yet because the pattern is not on the daily. The pattern, as we have been dropping for some time, the pattern needs to appear on the daily. I need to see the buyers coming on the daily time frame, and I don't see that yet. So we might get something like this, and then that, and then we go up. Okay, so as it stands, maybe a sell to come and attack this low, and then we start going up. Once we start going up, don't expect it to go up yet. They might come back down aggressively, and then a buy will kick in. Okay, so I think that's what I'm seeing as far as I'm concerned. But we are very low, so it can start going up, and then the manipulation will hit before it goes back up. So just be aware that we are at a level price is likely to go up, but when it starts moving up, that's when the manipulation will come in. Then they will go up. So in other words, something like this, and then we go up. They need to draw in their buyers, right? And then they'll go against them. And when this is dropping, then they will be buying. Then we go up. So what's this name called again?
Tchotchke.
Chachki.
Tchotchke. Yeah, it's
Chachki.
and I bring it up. I bring it up as well because this is one of those projects just like Tetsuo that you want to just hold, right? Like it's at least for from my perspective, like I dig deep into all the research papers, all the code, everything, right? And serious projects are serious projects. People sleep on them all the time. And there's a reason why I got this hat is because like first of all, I'm into quantum tech and quantum finance as well, right? And like what these guys are doing is just phenomenal, like phenomenal. Like they're masters. And the same with tattoo. Like this is like uh probably one of the gonna be one of the biggest bull like or what's it called? Parabolic moves during the next run, right? So even like a small amount, just sitting on it for and look at long time frames, not like don't think in short time frames. Like these are this is people's life work that they're investing in, their time and energy, and they're not gonna stop. Like that's the thing. It's like no one's gonna stop, right?
Yeah,
Because
yeah.
this is the life work of everyone involved, right? So it's like, you know, spin-based neural networks, like quantum geometric tensors. These are like groundbreaking technologies being developed right in front of our eyes, and people are just sleeping on it. Agency framework, people are sleeping on this stuff, man. Like it's
Maybe
insane.
a little bit background into stuff like that will, because maybe the average layman does not understand, those big words that you're saying,
Yeah,
quantum
you know
field,
what?
stuff like
We'll
that.
we'll we'll start up our fundamentals for the tokens for the projects pretty soon. Like, yeah, like one of our biggest challenges right now is just to get through some of our foundational frameworks requirements for our project. But then yeah, we're gonna go balls deep into like explaining stuff to everybody, right? Because
Yeah.
it's definitely worth looking into. It's definitely worth understanding. And yeah, like just amazing people involved in all this stuff. Like it's you know uh I another part of the reason why you see me excited all the time is because I read this stuff and I'm like, oh man, like what the I'm like let's
Yeah.
go, you know?
Yeah. I think that's one of the things that I personally I love doing. I want to break complex stuff down to
Yeah,
simple layman's term for the average Joe to understand, right? If the average Joe can understand these big things, then they will be really, really interested because I know people wants to invest in stuff, but they don't know what to invest in. And there's a
right,
lot of scams out there. So
exactly.
most people are very hesitant to put their money somewhere. But if they
Yeah,
can get a good understanding of what they need to buy, and have, like you said, these frameworks understanding, then they can see the potential for the future. Because, if you're buying to hold, you need to understand that it's gonna grow, right? You're not gonna
yeah,
buy something that's not gonna grow. So with
exactly.
the
Yeah.
explanation of what that, mechanism is, what that quantum is, what it's going to do for the future, if they can get a good understanding of that, I think people have got money sitting there doing nothing and they will put their money in there because few years time they'll be smiling to the bank.
And this is the thing is like there's a lot of the like even just the FOMO mentality and even like FOMO trading, right? It's like, there's it's most people they're getting into trading, they're not really understanding what they're doing. And
Mm-hmm.
it's coming into a point of loss at 99%, 99.9%, right? And it's like, the better thing to do is if you're getting into a field and you don't really understand it, just buy and hold. Just chill, right? And like and learn. And then like right? Like there's a work a demo account, right? It's like and yeah, and this is the whole reason of what we're building here is to give people that opportunity to actually start to understand how things work. And of course the manipulation and like the manipulation doesn't come from like the projects. It doesn't come from it comes from big money movers, right? Like and that's and it's not like uh on purpose. It's a hive mindset, right? It's like big money movers watch big money movers, and it go the it capitulates on itself, right? So it's like understanding how that works is so critical. It's so
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
even from a just from a basic level, right? Like it doesn't need to be super advanced. And like you said, breaking down those concepts into easy to understand terms.
Yeah, yeah,
That's yeah. I'm
yeah.
just
And that's what we're gonna be doing. I think we're taking the power from the top and then give it to those that at the bottom so that the average Joe
yes,
can understand what's going on in the investment world and they can
yep,
take advantage of it.
so good. Um, I'm just watching the clock. SP is coming up in about 20 minutes, and
Mm-hmm.
I need a bit of a break here on my end. So if there's any
So,
closing thoughts or anything you wanna add, feel free. Then let's wrap it up.
I think that will be all from me for today. Bye, AI, bye, AI, bye, AI.
Yeah, nice. And Tetsuo and Chashki.
Too late, too late, too late. All
Nice.
right, good. Take care,
Oh
everybody.
man. All right. Thank you. Take care.